The light at the end of the tunnel might actually be upon us. There are only two, count them, two more witnesses for the prosecution in the Donald Trump business records case. One of them being Michael Cohen, who is the prosecutor's star witness. He allegedly negotiated the deal with Stormy Daniels, funneled the money to her. If one person in the world can testify to Trump falsifying records, which is what he's charged with, or ordering someone else to falsify records, it's this man, Michael Cohen. There's just one problem for the prosecution. Their star witness is a convicted felon. He pleaded guilty to 8 counts, including tax evasion, and worse, House Republicans have referred Cohen to the DOJ for perjury. He's also been permanently disbarred. With us now, Ximena Bustillo, NPR politics reporter, who's in the courtroom today. Michael Discioarro, New York City criminal defense attorney. Michael, you have been waiting months for this cross-examination. You've been talking about it since the indictment came down. What's happening this weekend for the prosecution and for Trump's lawyers ahead of, I guess, the biggest day in court so far for Donald Trump?
I imagine the prosecution is doing some further prepping of Mr. Cohen, and I imagine that the defense is looking through the hours of TikTok lives that Michael Cohen was asked by the judge not to do, and all while wearing a jail Trump T-shirt. I'm sure the prosecutors asked him not to do that, but he continues to do it.
All right. Ximena, have we figured out what the prosecution's strategy is for dealing with a witness who is so fatally flawed?
Well, the strategy has been to not really sugarcoat his personality or his background. That has been front and foremost from the very beginning, from the opening statements. It's known that the defense is going to attempt to discredit him. And at the same time, we have heard various witnesses testify to how difficult Cohen was to work with, how he's aggressive, how he has this, quote, sometimes pants on fire attitude about handling things. Really, no one had nice things to say about Cohen, but I think that in one sense helped the prosecution to show that Cohen maybe wasn't acting alone, which is what they're aiming to do, right? Showing that Cohen isn't going to do something out of, quote, the kindness of his own heart, as we heard someone else say. And so they're not really sugarcoating this either. No one is here assuming that this person is completely absolved of anything.
So, Michael, there was a lot of discussion. You brought this up yesterday, I thought rightly, when it came to Stormy Daniels, that there was a danger for Team Trump of appearing like bullies going after Stormy Daniels, the porn star. And somehow they would look like they were attacking this woman who, for other reasons, had gone to a hotel room with Donald Trump and then accepted a $130,000 payment to say nothing about what happened in the hotel room. Is there the same danger in being really aggressive in going after Michael Cohen on the stand?
When you have a character like Michael Cohen as a cross-examiner, you have to make sure you're not more outlandish than him. You have to be measured. You have to be factual. You have to be precise in your questioning, because he's the type of character that will take conversations away from what you're trying to do. So you can go at him very, very hard, but you have to take, with a guy like Cohen, almost a professorial tone and let him be himself in front of the jury. Because the prosecution, while they put him on the stand, they're going to try to inoculate themselves against some of his shenanigans. They're going to put a guy on the stand, and then they try to walk away from him a little bit. And they'll say things like, well, the other evidence corroborates Cohen. But at a certain point, they need the jury to believe Cohen at some point. And that is the point where the defense will attack, I imagine, in a very measured, lengthy, and intrusive way.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.